So yeah, last week you guys were woken up by an attack. You guys did discover that some mercenaries that you determined to be members of a gang called the Black Tears had been attacking. You guys remember that, like, it was they're kind of not really at the level that they would be attacking this place on their own, you know what I mean? So they're probably, you would assume, hired by somebody. They wouldn't be acting alone. You fought your way through, and you had just come across a room where you spotted Lindsay, the little halfling bard, and she was hiding behind a chair in a room with a blinded ogre. You guys had subdued the ogre.
Oh, yes. Okay, I do remember the blind ogre.
Oksana had charmed him so for an hour, and that's kind of where we left off. So we were gonna maybe find out what's going on. All right, you guys have the ogre.
This is an ogre, you said?
Yeah, he's I could show you another picture of him. He looks like he's blind too. He's got a wound over his eyes or through his eyes. On the image it doesn't show it though. So yeah, Lindsay sees what's going on, kind of like she's hesitant, but she kind of like starts to move out a little bit, just slowly, and is like keeping an eye on him. And as soon as she kind of breaks free, and she just kind of runs out into the hallway, grabs onto one of Gary's legs. Like, thank you.
My new journalist.
This ogre guy, he has calmed down.
He's charmed right now, right?
Yeah, because last session he was charmed, or he basically thinks you guys are friendly.
Can I ask him if he's with the Black Tear gang?
Yeah, like we can probably at least have a conversation with this guy at least without any conflict in his current worldview. But yeah, we want to ask him I don't expect he's particularly bright, so I don't think we have to worry about him figuring out that we're not our friends based on our credit. Because is he part of the Black whatever gang? I'm pretty sure he is, and if we were his friends, we should know that. But I think that's giving too much credit to his thinking. So yeah, let's ask. We want to make sure he's part of that gang and ask him what his orders are. Who are they? What are they doing here?
No, I'm not one of them. They paid me to help them with this job.
What job?
This one.
What are you doing here?
Gonna just beat up some people and eat them.
My favorite type of job.
What did you do?
Just people, just other people, yeah.
Supposedly, he might not even have high details of whatever the exact job was.
Yeah,
yeah, he says
his job might just be distract the guards from what the other guys are doing. Yeah, you do your thing because we're gonna do. So, do you know what the other guys were doing here? Did they say what they were doing?
I mean, they talked a lot. It was all boring. Something about send a message or cause a problem. They were super excited to steal a bunch of stuff and kill a bunch of people.
And this place would have valuables. Are you supposed to meet them later after the job's done?
Well, I mean, I was supposed to leave with them. And then somebody blinded me and shot me in the back with an arrow. Could you get that? And he turns around and you see this crossbow bolt stuck right in the middle of his lower back where he can't reach it. Will you pull that out?
We can take that out for you.
Bugging me.
I'll hop up there and brace my feet against his back and pull it out.
Yeah, as you get up on his back and grab it and you're pulling it out, you notice that he is just infested with fleas.
Lovely.
And as you're pulling out, he's scratching himself.
But also, yeah, I live with forest animals. I'm not unaccustomed to seeing fleas. But then I'll let them know, like, yeah, like, hey, like, maybe because you were blind, you didn't hear them, but those guys were leaving. You probably want to catch up.
And he's like, oh, really?
Yeah, like, I don't know if they didn't see you because
They
you were
left
blind,
me?
but, like, I think so.
They're gonna leave me?
I heard a whole bunch of people leaving just a minute ago.
Well, I can't see. Can you tell me which way to go?
To the right.
Yeah, do we know where there's a way outside or a window? Does this lead out? You're saying?
I'm not positive, but we killed a bunch of them the other way. So
there's a window in this room right here.
Would he fit out that window?
Probably not.
Yeah, no,
probably a bit of a test.
I'm looking for a way to get him to the outside and then
pretty Kool-Aid man in the house.
Sure, you know that like the way you guys came from, there was some doors, but all the portcullises have been shut to those. The other way in that you guys know of was the way you guys were heading.
Just down this way.
Though the odds that like if the portcullises were all shut, like the odds that they're shut there too would be decent.
Did Lindsay have anything to say?
She was super thankful. Gary, she'll be telling you, like, oh my God, thank you for saving me. Like, I heard these noises and then we came out and they were like, people were fighting everywhere and like.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll talk about it
I ran into this
later.
room and there was this giant ogre and I got a lucky attack off and blinded him and he's been trying to catch me. I thought I was a goner.
So you do more than note taking.
Yeah, I don't. It was scary. I didn't like it at all. But I suppose, like in a pinch, like I do have some training and some stuff that I can do. But
this garden we came through,
yeah,
this is like open to the sky, right?
No, it's all enclosed.
Oh.
I mean, how do they grow the bushes and stuff that are out there in no sunlight?
Yeah, if you guys want to roll like a society check, let me see what check was.
I thought it was up to the sky. If it's not up to the sky, then it.
No, like it would be super interesting to you.
Okay.
As like you know who you are, like so fairy that it would be. Yeah, Gary, you're just like it's. I don't see the big deal. It's just a bunch of plants indoors. I don't know. Who cares?
You're probably good at that, right? Like plants and stuff. You probably know about that.
Yeah, like if I could do like some sort of nature check on it, I don't know that I'd know about a society check. Where the hell are my proficiencies?
I mean, I would say even without a nature check, you would know that like there's got to be some sort of like enchantment or something in there because like plants wouldn't grow in a room.
Yeah, that's why I was assuming it was open to the sky. I would clearly have known that at
greenhouse.
Oksana, if you wanted to kind of run, yeah, it's basically like you're probably like some sort of magical
daylight spell or something.
Yeah, the society check would be to know if you heard about it because it's
gotcha, like the industry of it.
Yeah, and people would talk about like, oh my God, this person's so rich they have this indoor magical greenhouse
garden. Yeah. Does this guy seem like it? Like, if I tell him to like sit down a minute, does it seem like he'd be willing to wait while we find a door that's big enough for him?
Yeah, he's like, if you told him, hey, we'll go find a way out and then we'll come back for you, he'd be like, okay.
Yeah, because like there's a window here, and I'll even tell him like there's a window here, but like I don't think you can fit through it. So I'll find a door for you so that you can catch up with our friends.
He's
But
had
it seems like again like we're all on his side and stuff.
There's like a dozen dead bodies down here, so I'm guessing he
Yeah,
came
this
from this way.
This whole hallway is filled with both guards and more of these black tears.
Sure. Yeah, and I have no doubt that he's done all that, but like I'm not as far as like law is concerned, like he's not a judge or anything. Like he doesn't care about like the law and whether the house is like should this guy be killed or something. Like this guy's not fighting us. If we can lead him outside and send him off, like
Right. I just wanted to know if he had like a meetup spot after the job went down, so maybe we could intervene with wherever that is.
Yeah. If you want to ask him that, like maybe they're headed to the meetup spot. Like,
Yeah, if they have a meetup. Well, I kind of did, but he said like they're all supposed to leave together. I think, right, Joe?
Yeah. There you are.
Are these 3 doors? Do we know if those are like bedrooms with other adventurers as well, or?
I mean, you'd have to open the doors and find out.
Okay. Yep.
But
Lindsay would say she wasn't from in here. She was from where you like the same hallway you guys were.
Oh, right.
back where our room was, other than the one guy, we did not see. It didn't look like this place had been like ransacked or anything. Like maybe those were the first guys to get there.
In the hallway, yeah. You guys didn't open any of the doors or anything to see if there was any other people. You just
We kind of
I
rushed
mean, there was no sounds of fighting, no signs of fighting.
not in there, no.
Okay.
But there were several doors in that hallway, and there's some doors in here.
It feels like we're moving towards the fighting, so like we'll see more signs of it. Like I don't want to leave threats behind us, but also if there's somebody in need of help, I don't want to like have bypassed them.
Sure. Lindsay says that she saw a couple of the others run off. She saw like the Valerie, the girl that was in armor,
Ran off.
and the barbarian girl and the dwarf.
With the giant
they were
sword?
like fighting in here, and then they
Amiri.
ran out somewhere else. Yeah,
Ran off like in the direction we're going, off this way.
yeah,
Okay.
they were being chased down though.
Let's open this door real quick.
Yeah.
Or open every door.
Unless like one of these doors is open from the ogre or something that we noticed. Yeah, let's just start working our way through.
Where'd you go? You're the fighter, man.
Alright, so you open this door and you see a large room that has like 2 rows of simple bunk beds. You see at the foot of each of the beds a little wooden chest. The lids are all pretty much open and contents mostly like scattered about the floor. There's a oak table and 6 chairs that sit against the wall. It kind of looks like it's probably a servant's quarters or something.
Like at least one body in there.
You see, there's no bodies, but you see signs of like you do see blood on the floor, and in like the bed, in like 1 or 2 of the beds. So there was definitely signs of struggle, but and it looks like the chests, like personal belongings, were just like tossed.
Gotcha. But all these random arms, that's just artistic liberty or whatever, artistic license.
I don't think those are arms. I think those are just like supposed to be clothes.
No, there's definitely like
yeah,
that's an arm.
There's
That's
an arm.
an arm. That's an arm.
Let me look
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't know why they're underneath, because it does say that there are 14 beds in here, 5 of which still hold bloody corpses of servants murdered in their sleep. So maybe they're bunk beds, and
Gotcha.
they're on the bottom bunk.
And like, should it ever become like, I'll try to remember in case at times I think it's relevant, but in case it's ever relevant, both my wolf and I have the imprecise sense. Like, I have my nose is as good as a dog's nose. We can, like, we'd know if there was if there's a person in there. Like, the amount of blood and stuff is probably overwhelming, but like, we'd smell people. It's not it's an imprecise sense, so it's not like as good as vision. For Joe, like, should sense ever be referenced, I
Sure.
wanted to bring it up.
I mean, yeah, I think especially in this hall with the scent of blood and like just things like that, it would.
Oh yeah, it's overwhelming.
Probably be kind of overwhelming. Now you would notice that, like some of these, like there's still tons of like equipment and stuff like that on these dead guys. There's another door that Gary found right there.
If all of the bodies look like generic guys, I don't think we are necessarily interested. Like, everybody else tell me if I'm wrong, Code on Kevin, or whatever. But like, if they're just generic looking dudes, I don't think we're worried about going through their pockets. If somebody
I don't think so.
You see
that could make us look guilty.
You see Lindsay kind of go through, and she spots something and reaches down and like on one of the guards, and she like pulls out a bottle of healing potion out of like one of their pouches, and she's like, "Hey, this might come in handy," and pockets it.
Well, yeah, for sure.
On the enemy side, it would be interesting if we could discern leadership in any way.
Like, yeah, if anybody stands out as different.
Good
like,
point.
if it looks like an officer or
I'll point it out.
A keynote individual. But as far as like, if they're just mooks, I think there's many bodies and we're kind of urgent.
Sure.
Yeah, like we want to move quickly.
Some of them you guys would know, like standard guard duty, like type of thing. They would have like healing potions on them. Some crossbow bolts. I don't think any of you use crossbows, but or something like that. That would be to replenish that if you in a pinch or whatever. But if you weren't taking the time to, just letting you know that like Lindsay was like, hey, this can come in handy, and pockets it. So she's got a healing potion.
If we know the guards often carry them, if she wants to, as we move through each room and we're doing other stuff, if she wants to check each of the guards and collect those, she'd be willing to do that while we're like checking the next door and dealing with whatever else. So like when
there's like actually a roll table for that too.
And obviously, like, just us opening the door doesn't mean it. But if we're taking the time to search stuff, you can.
Getting lucky. And she's like, you guys don't need any daggers or crossbow bolts or anything?
I prop one of the daggers up on its point, and I stand next to it, and I say, no, I don't need any of these. Thanks.
She finds...
I let it fall over.
She finds like one of the bottles is like empty. She's like, well, that didn't
help him.
Yeah, too bad that wasn't enough. Alrighty. Gary, are you checking that door?
Yeah, do I hear anything? This seems like where like most of their bodies are.
So give me a perception check.
On a total of 5 on the 8 bodies.
There's six dead guards.
Oh, you made it private. We got now, 5 son of a bitch.
You don't hear anything.
All right, I'm gonna open the door, guys.
Real quick, Sean, what was that question?
I was surprised at 5 out of 6. That's
Yeah, they still had their healing potion with them. It's a roll table that they have in there for.
yeah.
All right, go ahead and yeah. So you see this? It looks like a storage room.
That's not.
Extra
that
low
hasn't been
lamps, bed
ransacked.
linens, candles, common tools, crates of supplies. It doesn't look like it's been ransacked.
If I step in, I don't think there's any
Like-
bodies in it. Any people?
Yeah, some barrels of that are marked lamp oil.
Okay, nothing probably important in here.
Just other supplies. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if at glance it
check
looks
the
like a bunch of
driver.
crates with supplies in it, you know, to search through it, it would take a minute.
Holy shit!
Alrighty. Give me a second to
What have you done?
explain what's going on in here. Okay. In this room, you see it's like an oddly shaped scullery. You guys came through here before. Contains 2 sturdy tables for prepping food, a large tin washband for cleaning dishes and laundry clothes. But what's taking up most of your attention is like all the dead bodies in here. And you see kind of sitting down and leaning against these double doors that you guys remember leading into the hall where you guys had dinner.
Okay.
Is
Monstrosity.
yeah, is this giant? He looks pretty bad though. He's I mean he's I don't know if
You mean
how many giants you
Bad
guys
as
have
in
seen.
worse for wear, or
before,
bad
yeah.
as in he's going to rip us a new one.
No,
Probably both.
he looks like he's just like super injured. He's got like many wounds, some arrow and crossbow bolts sticking out of him. Bleeding.
Is he like
from a lot of
tending
things.
to himself in here, like eating the dead bodies, or what's he doing?
No, it seems like he's just kind of sitting up, slumped, and he was like as you opened the door, he seemed like you almost thought he was dead. He was just kind of like head down, just kind of like, and he kind of like moves up, like he's like kind of in and out of consciousness, but then his like eyes settle on you, and he just kind of like grunts and like lets out kind of like a half grunt, half growl, and just kind of
It's so
slowly
weak.
gets up and raises his fist. Like he's got one on him. One of his arms looks like it's just like dislocated, but he like raises his other fist. And he's like, all right. I still got more in me. Let's do this.
What are you doing here?
And you ask him, what are you doing here?
Yeah, all your buddies are dead.
He just kind of
Only
seems to
way you're
be
gonna survive. Telling us.
give me like go to your target him and then go to your basic action macros and then do a make it impression. He just kind of like turns his head and spits like a giant mouthful of bloody saliva on the floor and kind of like braces himself again, and he's just waiting for you to come in and attack.
Just finish him off. Okay. I'll initiate that then.
Like he seemed a little bit surprised you guys didn't just come in and attack him right away.
He's like accepting his fate, basically.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll attack him.
Ready? Yeah, you are up first, Gary. So you rush in.
Assuming nothing is going to be.
That hits.
Oh my god. Is he still hanging tough?
Yeah.
+4. Yeah, I'm gonna raise my shield.
Lindsay's gonna kind of come up to the door.
Good baller, girl.
Gonna target Gary
What?
and
Oh.
inspire courage.
Oh, dude, me and Lindsay are best buds. I'm gonna ask her on a date.
Yeah, get him. That's one action. So, well, she inspires everyone, I guess. Inspires you and your allies with words, tunes of encouragement. Everyone gets a +1 status bonus to attack rolls, damage rolls, saves, and against fear effects. Claw, it's your turn.
All right, I am going to command my wolf with my first action. She is going to dash forward, try to bite a giant. And then I'm going to cast Caustic Blast on him, which is going to trigger a reflex save. It's a 5-foot burst, which is basically his whole thing.
He failed.
Excellent. Eight points of acid damage. And that ends my turn.
Right. Oksana.
Okay, I am going to cast. Let me see here. Do I want to do? I think they're both. I'm going to do phase bolt.
Get to target him.
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah, it hits.
And then roll damage. So 9. And then I then am going to move over here. And that ends my turn. Is he almost is he bloodied or like
Near death?
Is near death if you hover over him.
Ah, okay, cool.
Yeah, he's near death now.
He was beyond bloodied when we first encountered him.
Okay.
Which is good, because he'd probably have something like 300 hit points otherwise.
Exactly, yeah.
It wouldn't even, he would have picked up Gary and beaten the rest of us with him.
That's your turn?
That is my turn.
Alrighty. Codon.
Okay. The move up a little bit closer. Let's see how close am I. I'm actually within 30 feet. Maybe I don't need to move much anyway. Yeah, I actually don't need to move. Let's not move at all. I'm going to target him and cast Divine Lance. Zzz.
And that hits.
And I'll roll some damage.
And tell me how it kills him.
It divinely lances right through his skull, leaving a nice hollow hole. And he falls over. Not on Gary.
Thank God, he's big.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
so that would
big.
leave a lasting impression. Flunk.
Lindsay rushes in and is like, "Oh my God, you were so brave, all of you."
So brave to snipe from afar. took out my sniper scope.
So I go up to him and see if he's, start searching him and see if he has any stuff on him.
So yeah, if you go up to him and double click on that big blood splat. Gary, you look in that room up there, and it looks like it's a kind of like a pantry of sorts, but what catches your eye is a body that seems to be tied up and gagged on the floor.
Do I recognize the body?
Is it a dead body that's tied up, like was taken captive and then killed, or
so you go, yeah,
alive?
You can't really tell from the doorway, so you go in and kind of look at him, and it looks like it is. You recognize him from the dinner. It is the dwarf that was at dinner with you guys. Yeah, Harem. He seems to be alive. When you go in too, you see two other bodies as well. Two other people tied up. See, yeah, the tall woman who wore the really fancy armor,
Valerie,
and you see the barbarian,
Miri. And all still alive but captive.
Correct. They were just there. They seem to be in pretty bad condition, but they are alive. Lindsay will kind of rush in and help start untying them and
Whoa. Let's check out their mouth. If their mouths are gagged, let's talk to them first before we untie them. They could have been a part of this.
She's like, Lindsay's like, no, they were fighting. They were fighting those guys. He's like, I saw Miri like rush around with Valerie as well, fighting those guys. They're not involved in this.
Okay, I'll trust her.
But they're still different than the other ones who just got killed.
Yeah, they're tied up.
Yeah, something sets them apart. So I agree. I think
They seem pretty bruised and battered.
Why'd you get tied up? How come they didn't kill you guys? Did they say anything?
So you guys ungag him and give him some healing potions. Like Lindsay's like, can I give him some healing?
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, but leave him tied up
Don't need
now. Let's talk to him first.
I don't know if we want to spend healing potions. We can do some magic healing, right?
I have a singular heal spell. I can cast it once.
I have
No time. We just picked up like 5 healing potions for nothing in the previous room from their guards. We can give them each a healing potion. We're still up 2 for nothing, assuming they don't want those back.
I'm sure that Lindsay can find more. She says, I'm sure there's more to be found along the way.
Yeah, they're battering guards.
They can all share one healing potion.
They can share it.
This
Split the potion.
Cutlery salvage pile that popped up for me. Does this look like it's Valerie and Amiri's and them's gear? Or is this not their stuff?
It just looks like stuff that's been piled up. It looks like they were just piled up, probably by the giant or something.
The party, do you guys mind if I take this coyote cloak then? It gives me a +1 bonus to my survival check.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go for it. can't
So
really
she's-
use any of this other stuff. So
What other stuff was there? Sorry, I got distracted.
there's like swords and daggers and like long sword, dagger, crossbow.
Is there one of those like things we can open and look at everything, Joe?
Yeah,
Yeah,
down in
down
the
right
main
here.
room on the table.
Do you
I
see
don't know
it
if
right
I
here?
clicked on it by accident when it popped up, but it popped up for me a minute ago, and I like
Yeah, there's
there's a
half plate,
pile of
chainmail,
assorted jewelry,
assorted
bunch of
jewelry.
weapons. Quantity wise, there's like 4 long swords, 9 daggers, 3 sets of chainmail, 13 bolts.
Yeah, it looks like either the giant or someone else had gone through a lot of these and they were just piling up stuff. And like the jewelry, you think maybe was from somewhere else.
Like if this pile looked like it was Amiri Harem and Valerie stuff, I didn't want to be going over there to talk to them, being like, "Hey, look at this new cloak of mine that I just got," and they're like, "That's my cloak." I didn't know if I recognized seeing it on them earlier, but if they're wearing their stuff, that's fine.
So you
So if I
hear
wanted
like
to take
Valerie when
jewels-
she wakes up, she's like, "Where's the giant?
Ed,
What happened? What's going on?" She's just like kind of peppering you guys with questions like, "Where's the Rosh giant?" And then
How do you take something off of this?
I get out
double
of
click
that
on it to
onto
open it
your
up, and then
character,
you can drag and drop it.
onto either your character sheet or your token.
they kind of come in as well, and Amiri spots her sword in that pile and takes it out.
So we tell him, hey, we killed the giant because he was about to attack us. At least that's what it seemed like.
And Amiri's like,
Yeah.
you know, like, "Oh, I was so I had him. I almost had him. You were only able to kill him because I weakened him up for you."
Correct.
Probably.
Not even doubting that.
And they're kind of asking, like, is there any more survivors? Have you know, what do you guys know what's going on? Who are these guys?
Joe, if I understand correctly, me putting on this cloak effectively invests it, correct?
I believe so. Like, because it's like you can invest, I think, in up to 10 things with Pathfinder 2E.
Up to 10 things in a day, yes.
Yeah.
If the process requires 1 or more interact actions, usually taking the same amount of time it takes to don the item. I don't know if there's some condition that makes it more. So usually me putting, like, I just want to be sure that was enough and there wasn't anything else I need to do.
Yeah, I mean, other than probably like you, like it's a whole ass cloak, you probably like just would be able to like cut off the main part, cut the trim off so it's not dragging behind you, and yeah, there we go. And then it's invested.
You get the good part.
It gives you the same thing. Just more for flavor on like how this regular cloak fits on a tiny little fairy. Little pixie.
It resizes. I have this little tiny cap on my head that's like, it's a coyote skull, but it's the size of a mouse skull.
Yeah.
Like you'd think it was like a mouse in cloak until you looked closely and saw the pointed ears and stuff and realized a little tiny coyote.
Alrighty, and for rescuing them, where's the XP?
So it looks like one of these folks is really bad off.
Yeah, they're kind of like, they're just like they just sit down up against the wall and just kind of like they're taking a breather.
So
They got
with
their
the
equipment back and they're,
Can I? So I have a healer's kit and I'm trained in medicine. So can I do treat wounds or something?
yeah, if you want to target Valerie and do a treat wounds.
is the
It's gonna
worst
take you
guy.
10 minutes for each of them, just to be aware.
I mean, you guys were going through the bag and stuff like that. Gary, if you're donning that armor, it's going to take you 10 minutes anyway. So
okay, yeah,
we could
just
say like
well,
during that time that was
all three of
happening.
So
Now, we do have like a party inventory, right? So like typically if you're like exploring though, like party inventory would be like, hey, if we get back to where we're staying, I could put that in the, you know, but like if you want to like toss your old armor somewhere that you remember where it is and you can say, I'm going to come back and get it. If we live through this, we can throw your scale mail in that party inventory, Gary, if you want.
Yeah. Should I delete it now or put it in
No,
there?
I just moved it over there for you. And then that should, you're no longer encumbered. So yeah, while they're doing all that, you kind of help patch Valerie up. She's very, very reserved, but you could tell she's grateful, but still just kind of worn out and tired.
Oh, I failed on the next one. Oh well. Okay. So I'm
Um,
going to ask the girl I just healed for 9, be like, hey, are there any medical kits around here anywhere? Like, you know, I want to be able to help folks here, but you know,
Yeah.
do you know of any nearby?
Lindsay is like, well, let me go check. I can go check in the, there's that supply closet. Like maybe they have something in there. They're all guests here too, so they're like they're not gonna know where everything is really, right? So they're just like you guys. They were invited here for that. But yeah, Lindsay comes out, goes out and starts looking around for a bit.
Okay.
I'll keep an eye on Lindsay.
yeah, I was gonna say I'll send my wolf out with him too.
Do we hear anything? This is a door over here, right?
That's
into the hall.
door back to the main hall. Yeah.
Yeah. Do we hear anything going on that side?
Yeah, you hear some voices and stuff. You hear voices. It doesn't sound like fighting. The fighting seems to have like calmed, like the fighting noises you guys were hearing earlier seems to have like calmed down. But
Does it seem like raised voices still? Shouting and stuff?
not shouting. Like every once in a while you might hear someone call out to like, hey, over there. But nothing that seems like super urgent.
Okay.
Lindsay back with whatever she found and
Check
proceed.
it out.
So I'm wondering if I should.
Yeah, so she comes back out and comes up to Gary. She's just got this like hero worship look in her eyes. Like do that. Hold on a second. And yeah, I'm just gonna do it the easy way. There's this trade window, and I was trying to see if I could just like offer you the trade. But yeah, I just dragged. She hands you a toolkit. I just dragged it to your character, so it should be
A
in there.
medical kit.
I want to see how that.
Healer's
Works.
kit.
Yeah, it's a
The
healer's
healer's
toolkit.
Nice.
Is this the big sword girl or who is this?
That's Lindsay. Oh,
No, this one.
this
Yeah,
one's the
badly
big
injured.
sword girl. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. All right. I'll give her a healing potion.
First, she kind of like shrugs it off. She's like, it's I'm fine. It's nothing.
I'll make it discreet.
I've seen worse
that I'm
than
giving
this.
it to her. She doesn't have to feel shame.
Alrighty. And I already gave it to you guys, but you got an extra, I think, 90 XP for saving those guys. Healing them up. What do you want to do next?
Get ready, but it sounds non-threatening. This door.
Yeah. Actually, you try to open them. I'm just gonna. I don't know why they weren't locked. You try to open them, but they're not like locked. But you like move them, and then they just like you can tell there's something just really heavy barricaded there.
Okay.
And then after you try to heal it out, or like, get it open. Yeah, you can do an athletics check to try to force it open if you want, but as you're doing it, some guards on are like, hey, who is that?
From the other side are calling out.
Yeah.
Guys, what about I totally forgot. What about that ogre? Like, is he going to be charmed for a long time? Or
We got
An
an
hour.
hour. It's only been
okay.
10 minutes.
It's probably been 20 minutes now.
An hour, 20 minutes, whatever. Yeah. So yeah, it's like half up. That is, like, we do have to keep that in mind.
It's us from the dinner. Let us in. It's a fucking shit show out here.
Are you, is that fucking giant dead? Is he still out there?
One of the giants is dead. Yeah.
What do you mean one of them? That frost giant, there was more than one?
No,
We
the
killed
frost
the
giant is dead. The ogre is not.
We subdued an ogre. Temporarily, at least.
Let us the fuck in.
You hear some shuffling, like they call it, hey, give me a hand, and then you hear some movement. And they move. It takes them a minute to you hear them removing furniture and stuff. That's the wrong map. Yeah, you see in this hall here, this great hall, it looks much different than it did like a few hours ago during the feast. 3 of the long tables have been turned over on their sides and pushed against like the entry doors to the south as well. Dishes, broken goblets, bloody stains mar the floor. At least a dozen bodies lie against the east wall. You see there's other guards that are gathered kind of at barricades in front of the double doors leading to the west wing on the other side. These doors are sealed. Several tapestries have been kind of torn off the walls and wedged into the gap on the floor in a feeble attempt to keep smoke from entering the hall, but there's still like smoke coming from those double doors. And as you guys come in, you see this large man with gray eyes, closely cropped black hair, bushy eyebrows, and a thin mustache. Enthusiastically kind of comes up and he's like, oh, thank goodness we got more help. I was hoping some adventurers show you a picture of him. And he comes up and he's like, what's the situation over in the Eastern Halls?
A lot of dead bodies.
Are there any guards still alive over there, or?
Negative.
He said, "You're the first adventurers that have made their way back to the hall. I was afraid everybody had been slain, or."
There might be adventurers there yet. We didn't get time to check the bedrooms.
We were fairly thorough, but definitely quick. So we could have missed people hiding somewhere.
Has anybody heard from Aldori?
He says that she ordered me to hold the Great Hall and then took a squad of 8 soldiers with her to clear out the West Wing. Her goal is to retake the dueling hall at the end of the far end of the banner. So I'll wager that's where she'll be.
And we are northeast, southwest, like how we're looking at this map.
Yeah, we're in the center, like basically the main hall, and then there's like an east wing that you guys came from, and then a west wing.
And that's where the fire's coming from, the smoke, from the double doors?
Yeah. He says, the hallway to several of the guest chambers next to it are ablaze. So we also heard crashing blades coming from the west wing as recently as a few minutes before you arrived. I think the rooms further west are still safe, but getting to them might be a little risky. Certainly possible. He's like, look, I've got my orders to hold this hall, but I fear Lady Jamandi, Lady Eldori could use the assist. Could you make your way through to the west wing and
Let's go help her, boys. Maybe if it's Smokey, send Wolf in front of us to guide us.
Yeah, we can scout.
I will warn you guys, we left an ogre back there, but everyone else was dead. Just keep an eye on the east wing.
He's kind of surprised by that a little bit. He
Blind and docile.
orders some men to like come and put that barricade back up against the wall.
Well, does this barricade lead to the outside? Southern end?
He leads to the grounds outside, but the portcullises are also down.
Oh.
I know what portcullis is, but Sean doesn't know.
They're like
So-
the Sean. They're totally like, you know, the
Yeah, if you
doorways,
could
like
tell
the
me what
metal
they are.
grates. They're very heavy. That lock down.
Like Andre the Giant lift in
Okay.
Bride. Gotcha.
Cool.
I know what they are now, thanks.
You could probably make your way out that way, but
For leading the ogre out. Like I'll tell the guys who are like starting to put the barricade up. We'll let them know, like, hey, like the guy's currently blinded. Like, didn't make any promises to him. If you wanted to go slay him as a danger to you, he's not going to be blind forever.
You got about 20-30 minutes.
But if you wanted to lead him away, he is docile and seems inclined to take instruction. You could just lead him outside and he'll leave. I'll let it just like if they want to kill him, like I don't want to endanger the guards by this guy becoming unblinded, vision
Sure.
enabled again, and then he starts killing guards again. So if they want to kill him, do it now.
I don't know if I can spare. Maybe I'll send a couple of men to check it out and see if they can take care of it, but they might have to wait.
Realistically, if you could just get somebody to lead him outside, he'd probably just leave. And let that be on them. It was these doors up here are the ones we're going to?
Yeah, these double doors over here.
If your wolf dies, he can come back at some point.
I can get my wolf back, yeah.
I say send him ahead. If it's all smoky and fiery, just to make sure it's like clear for us or safe for us.
I can send my my pet.
Oh, you got a pet too? Nice.
Yeah, it's actually an elemental wisp made of fire.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So,
Send him into the fire.
so cool. Yeah, so I'll send it in there, and it has speech communication, so I can speak with it.
Okay, cool.
But it's not like telepathic, right? That's just it can talk. But if it's in the hall away from you, it's you can't talk to it if it's in another room.
Well, maybe just send it like within earshot ahead, like 15, 20 feet, and we'll follow it in.
I think that's exactly right. Like, let's have it, let's open these doors, see what we're dealing with. And, if it's, 10 feet ahead in the smoke, I can kind of tell, I can say, hey, you
tell us if it's like breathable or not. Yeah.
So yeah, you send it in to scope out the situation in the hallway. And basically, it's gone for a minute or two, comes back, and it tells you that the hallways seems to be clear. Some of the bedrooms on the side are pretty ablaze, but it doesn't seem like the smoke has anywhere to go, so it's flowing into the hallway. So it's going to be pretty thick smoke in the hallway.
Is it something where we can run through it? Did you see where it cleared?
This thing
Or, I suppose I would ask you that to ask him.
Yeah, so and I relay that on, and
Can the familiar break the windows in those rooms? Let the smoke go out?
Yeah, if you maybe were able to break the windows, it's like I'm not able to, but If someone could,
How far away is the closest window?
probably about 30 so feet.
We could hold our breath for that long, or someone can.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll walk up and 20 feet in. I can.
The smoke.
Can I
all
just
the way to
cast
the
a
floor?
cantrip? I have a cantrip of light.
So light is just basically going to produce light. Your familiar is pretty intelligent. It's like, it's not going to matter. Like, you wouldn't be able to see it very, like, it's not going to help you see through smoke. The smoke is
Okay.
like a tangible, like, fog cloud. Like, it's going to running, like, you could just run straight through the hallway, but like, you wouldn't be very smart.
Okay. So I'm gonna follow her in there and try to go smash out a window to clear out the smoke. Does anyone want to come with me?
This the wolf. Send the wolf.
Is the wolf going to be able to break windows?
I mean, I'll follow both of them and I'll break the window.
Oh,
I'll-
it seems risky.
I'll go with them. I am very small, so I can be very close to the ground.
Okay. Yeah, you can breathe on the
Like, I don't
ground.
know if that actually makes a difference in game mechanics or not, but it makes sense in my head. Like, I and my wolf again having that sense of smell. We're definitely trying to pick up on if we come in proximity to survivors. I'll go with the flame elemental. Like,
The two of you and your pets?
Yeah, and I'm going to be prepared to leverage my message cantrip to the rest of the party to let them know kind of what's going on.
Nice. Okay, thank God. I was going to tie a rope to the dog or something. That works.
Everybody gets one more hero point. So they go through, and again, you guys see this hallway. It's just covered in thick smoke. And what I'm going to do, we'll go into initiative order real quick. All right, if you guys want to roll initiative, and this is just for like the encounter. Oh,
yeah, it's not actually a fight.
yeah, it's more like a hazard, right? So this would be like hazards, traps, things like that. So you guys are coming in because you guys know that thick smoke is making it difficult to see and breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use a hero point to give the smoke disadvantage?
Even if you were in the room with them, no, you can.
Seeing how fraught with fire this place is, I'm going to hit the 3 not fire elementals. Oksana, myself, and my wolf. Some water real quick from a rousing splash.
From arousing what?
Rousing splash. I just pasted it. It's a cantrip. It's going to give us a couple of temporary hit points and like soak us, like pre-soak us effectively. I don't know if that'll actually make a difference when fire comes. Like I know I can do it to just get rid of a persistent fire effect. But I'm tossing it on each of us like preemptory as like preparation. Like we're freshly doused with wet water.
All right, so
Cold water, wet water, and we have a couple of temporary hit points.
So I gave that to.
Yeah, 3, 1, and 3, ironically. So yeah, thank you.
All right, as you guys walk in and start to make at the beginning of the round, if you guys could click in the chat there and give me a fortitude save. Do me a favor though. When it pops up the window, there's like when it pops up the window for you to roll it, and it gives you like you can do bonus to it or something. You can like add a modifier. Just add a +1 for the, like we'll say like the water is kind of helping. Like the dousing will help you guys with it.
Gotcha. Do you want one from both me and my wolf?
Not just for you. It's fine. Just you and Oksana.
Okay.
So I need to do a fortitude. I wasn't able to figure out how to add those 3 hit points to my elemental.
So if you just click on,
five.
yeah, if you just click, it automatically added it to you.
It added it to me, but not to the elemental.
He didn't do the elemental.
Oh,
You don't want to douse the elemental in water.
okay.
I didn't want to your fire elemental a splash of water. Yeah, I didn't think that would be friendly. On your fortitude save, if you click on the one that's in the chat, when it pops up the window in the middle, there's like a conditional modifier. You can put a word in there, like I said, I could like put in whatever you want, but give yourself a +1, which it looks like I didn't need. Like I wrote it in there and then I forgot to hit add.
Oh,
All right, you do have 3 hero points, I believe.
yeah.
It looks like he didn't hit. It looks like he didn't hit add either.
It wouldn't have mattered,
but it'd have been not a critical failure.
Yeah, it would have been not a critical because he did fail it exactly.
It was actually
by
my
10.
elemental, though, guys, not my character. I had selected the wrong thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, make sure you have your character selected. And just go ahead and I'll delete that one. Go ahead and click on the fortitude in the chat there.
Okay.
Alrighty, so yeah, you are unaffected by the smoke. Pixie is still sickened 1.
Even with a success?
What's that? Even with a success, yeah. With the failure, it's that and damage. You guys see, like, basically the hallway, like it's pretty smoky and hard to see, but do you see there is like a room over here, and then like another hallway here, and then it continues on up there.
You want to start heading up the hallway? I'll check these first couple of rooms.
Yeah, so I'll push my elemental kind of up ahead and be like, "Hey, what do you see?"
And it just tells you there's another room with a window like right about there. There's a door.
This is where Jamandi Aldori went, correct?
Yeah,
Also?
correct.
Okay.
So
Believe
in
probably
over
before
here.
the fires.
What is this? This is just like a dresser or something, or
It's a lamp above a bench,
okay.
I think.
Yeah, there's like a little bench and just a little torch lamp thing. So from you see this room, it's pretty ablaze. There's a window there. That already went. So Claw, you are up.
All right.
And
First action.
anytime if you guys want to get bored and like say they're taking a while, I'm gonna rush in the hallway. Feel free to. I know that sitting out in there while they're doing stuff.
I'm gonna wait for a message from them.
It's
Okay.
actually perfect timing because my dinner just came up, so I'll listen to them from afar.
Listen while you eat. No worries.
I'll listen while I eat.
So yeah, you get to about that doorway part there, but in here you see that this guest room is like pretty filled with smoke, like a blaze. Yeah.
Definitely not anybody alive in it, as far as I can tell.
You see the window on the other side. You could also like try to do some sort of, check to fight the fires. There's a fight fires activity. How do I link this in the chat? Basically, you attempt to put out the flames by kicking apart burning debris, smothering fires. Attempt a DC 15 acrobatics, athletics, or survival check to determine the level of your success. Alternatively, if you use any spells that make sense, you describe how you're using the spell. One other thing is you guys see the walls here are made out of like pretty solid, like, it's like a castle type of thing, right? It's made out of brick. The furniture and stuff in this room is ablaze. It seems to be fairly contained in the rooms, other than the smoke hazard. You're pretty confident that like once it has no more fuel, it will burn up. It's going to take a while and it's going to produce a lot of smoke while it's doing it. So you're not worried about it like spreading and burning down the entire estate.
Gotcha. All right, so I used an action to give my wolf an action. We moved here as I give my wolf 2 actions. That we moved here as an action. I'll use my remaining 2 actions on my pixie to cast needle darts at the window.
Alrighty.
Want to vent the smoke out, and needle darts is exactly what it sounds like. It's a bunch of flying metal darts.
We've all played Halo.
All right, yeah, if you want to just target like yourself or something else and just roll the attack. You know what? I'm not even going to do that. I'll say you cast that and your needle darts break the window. When that happens, give me, I'll put it in here, a dex, a reflex save. It's like the air rushing in to, like, just kind of causes this fire to like flare up a bit, a little bit of backdraft, but you're able to like jump back and get out of the way. And then now the smoke, like once that settles down, you see the smoke starting to filter out that window.
Excellent. And then for my wolf final action, we'll run up to this doorway, and prepare to do the same thing, and I'll end my turn.
Alrighty. Oksana, you see him like fire out his needle darts, and then the room flares up. But then he moves up there on his wolf. What do you want to do?
I'm going to do something similar. First, I'm going to move my elemental a little bit farther down this hallway.
So if you, like what basically the same thing, I think you'd spend 1 action to give your elemental 2 actions.
Yep. And do I have line of sight under this window from where I am right now?
Yeah, you do.
Okay. I'm going to do a similar thing. I have needle darts as well. So
I would point out, like, you see that like Claw looks like he moved there and he's like readying to attack it. So you would you would kind of think he's probably ready for that. Or
okay,
if you want to save an action because you might have to move twice or something.
Yeah.
The needle darts would be 2 actions. That would be the end of your character's action.
Yeah, so then I get that. So like I'm not gonna move my elemental. What I'm gonna do then is try to move myself to
and
here.
If you have an action to move it with you, like we could say it's moving with you, but so you move to that door, and then do you want to open it?
Is that a door?
Yeah, it's a door.
Okay. Now what I want to do is actually move it a little bit farther to here and see if I can see any other windows in this room.
Not from that angle, no.
That was like 10 feet, right? And do I see any other windows around here at all?
No, you see these because of the smoke, probably like you see that there's a doorway here that's lit up pretty good, and then doorway here with the fire coming and smoke coming out of it. And then like that's probably like the limit with the smoke because everything else is kind of obscured. In here, it's a pretty thick smoke, and like you being right next to this door helps you. The door seems solid, like there's no light or anything coming from it.
Okay. Would me to like feel the door, would that be an action? Like if I put my hand on the door, would that be another action?
No, I'll give you that as a free action to just like test the knob or something, see if it's warm, feel it.
To feel to try to touch the door to see if there's a bunch of heat, right?
I'd give you that as a free action.
So I'm going to move there. I'm going to move my elemental kind of farther down. Over
to answer your question, you feel the door does not feel hot.
Okay. I'm going to send. So I moved my elemental. I'm now going to message the group as my third action and say, we're most of the way down the hallway. I'm going to send this to Gary because I can only send it to one person.
Sure.
I'm going to say, we came in, there's nothing. It's very smoky in the initial room. We moved towards the hallway towards the northwest. I'm partway down that hallway. We've broken one window, and I'm in front of a door. We're hoping to break another window and proceed forward. Feel free to come into the beginning of the door. It's
All right, well,
the first
you're
entryway.
You're getting a little wordy on it, just to give you it's kind of like a quick message, right? With a cantrip.
Okay.
I'm just trying to see
20 words.
Yeah, I know in 5e it has like a specific word count. I think this one doesn't limit that, but you're not going to be able to like give a speech. You got like 6 seconds basically through your whole turn if you were like kind of wanting to 6 to 10 seconds, I would say, of words.
Do I hear the words northwest?
Yeah, be like,
yeah,
come through. The initial room is smoky. We broke a window. We've headed northwest. Come follow us.
This door's locked.
Yeah, it's a different map. Do you want me to put you in initiative? And
Well, I was gonna come through this north door to see if maybe I met up with them, but if it's locked, I'll just go and you can put me with them, I suppose.
I don't know what north door you're referring to. So, yeah, there's a portcullis. There's a gate basically blocking your way, but you see that through that gate is stairs going up.
Ooh, up.
So it probably is not going to meet up with them.
Okay. Yeah. I'll go through.
Okay, how about you? Do you tell Codon that? Codon, do you join if he tells you that?
Yeah, I think he's got his character following me.
Yep.
Okay.
I will.
Put you guys in.
Can we bring Lindsay with?
She kind of is like, I'm gonna help these guys out, the other guys. Siege West.
I'll see you soon, Lens. I'm gonna call you Al, actually.
If you guys want to roll initiative when it loads for you. So that was your third action, right, Oksana?
Yep, that's right. 2 moves and then the message.
Alrighty. And then I'll let you guys roll initiative real quick before I move on. So that works out because you guys busted in the hallway. But new round, new dangers. If you everybody could give me a fortitude save. Oksana and Claw can add that +1.
Hero point.
There you go. You're only second. Claw still second.
Should have went upstairs.
And then just Codon and Oksana.
What, you want me to re-roll?
Yeah, scroll up a little bit. I think on the choke, the DC 18 fortitude save.
Okay. Hold on, where's my character?
There you go.
Yeah.
That fortitude save. Uh-oh.
You would think a witch would be better prepared to deal with smoke.
You would think. Do you want to hero point that?
Hero point it?
Yeah, I might as well.
You use it or lose it.
And I don't have that +1 circumstance anymore, right?
You do. You could still add that. I don't know how long does that cantrip only last a certain amount of time?
The temporary hit points last as long as temporary hit points last. The
Oh, it says 8 rounds remaining, so rousing splash. So yeah, it lasts a while. Alrighty, so hold on, does get the second.
The temporary hit points last for 1 minute, and the target's immune to getting those temporary hit points again for 10 minutes. And it immediately immediately gives you a save against an ongoing fire or whatever effect. I was just like role playing that into like, hey, if we're wet, that's gotta help us.
Yeah, I'd imagine the
also.
wet. It would take a while for it to
Yeah.
go. But Gary, you are up. You see that they've made their way. You could probably just barely see them with the thick smoke in the hallway down here, making their way down.
Oh, what's this? Stupid armor. That armor's not good for this. Okay.
Also remember diagonals are 5'10", 5'10", 5'10". That makes moving on an angled hallway very expensive.
Okay, so I could use 2 actions to move again, right?
You can use the second action to move a second time, correct?
You can't end there
you
because
can't end, yeah.
I can use the 3rd action to go again.
Good.
yeah.
All right, boys.
You
I'm
might
getting
want
out
to
of
like
the smoke.
there would be cheaper, I think. Yeah.
Can you put an X on it? This is as far as I can get. This is
Yeah.
farther.
But you would pass that room. Like there would be, you would have a good view into the room. That's what I'm saying.
I don't give a fuck. Is it smoky right here?
Yeah, it's smoky.
I don't give a fuck. I'm going through the smoke.
Just rushing through the hallway.
I'm getting out of the smoke.
You're passing a door on this side, I think is what you're saying.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Okay,
I'm cool
okay.
with that.
Gary's like,
yeah,
I'm just.
I didn't know if you were talking past each other.
I'm gonna yell to you guys. I'm going through till there's no smoke.
Wait, code on.
I'm gonna send this smoke. Look at that. It's burning. It's like glowing.
Burning.
Wonder if they designed it as at an angle just to purposely make it more of a pain in the ass to like because of the fire.
Ooh, so that's true. I like it. I like the thought process.
You wouldn't be able to get quite that far because of the doors. I mean, it might let you move there, but you'd be at the door. Maybe there, yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Put me on the door.
Yeah, it's just because they're half things. So, all right.
I guess it's wherever it will put me there.
Yep. So that's your
And that's
3.
me.
Alrighty. Claw.
There, to me, seems to be pretty clear. No, living people in here, right? I don't smell anybody cooking.
Yeah.
I don't hear anybody shouting.
Nobody's screaming.
I'm going to needle dart a second window. And as my needle darts are going, I want to dart away, like expecting that backflash. Like I'm trying to like mitigate my, like I know the.
You would think that if you moved back and then shot them, that would be a move and then a shoot.
Yeah. I know it's coming, but the action economy gets funky. But like if you want me to, I will totally. I'll use the first move to go like.
No, you don't have to. I'm just saying
here.
the only way to avoid the reflex save on that would be if you hadn't moved into the doorway. You know what I mean? Like,
but I want to check the room for survivors
Sure,
before
yeah.
I make it explode. I like want to peek in first, and then like as I'm leaving, bust open the window. But yeah, Wolf takes first move. I go over here. I needle dart the windows with both of my 2 actions. And then for my Wolf's final move, I'm gonna 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 35, and I will end my turn.
Ready, Oksana.
All right. I'm going to open this door.
Alrighty, so yeah, you take it, open that door, and in this room you see like plain stone walls, polished floor. At the far end of the room, you see like a stone dais and a marble statue of an armored half-elf woman, and her hands clutching a heavy shield while the others clenched a fist over her heart. You notice that like the air, like the smoke in this hallway is like pretty thick, but as soon as it hits that threshold of that doorway, it's like it's hitting an invisible barrier. It's just not penetrating into that room.
Oh.
So I can't see anything in there.
You hold down Q and then just move.
You can peek.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. There. Yeah, you can kind of peek into that room. You don't have night vision, and there's no light in the room, so you just see the silhouette of a statue there.
Okay.
But the biggest thing you notice is that like the smoke.
Fair.
Yeah, the smoke. I'll move you back here because just to not screw with your movement. Yeah, just hitting an invisible kind of barrier.
Okay. I'm going to move forward up to here and open then this door, I guess.
It's not a door.
Oh, what is that then?
It's another lantern.
Just a lantern hanging in the hall, yeah.
Okay. And I can't see anything into this room over here through this thing, right? Because he knocked out one of the windows over here, but
I'm standing in the doorway. The door to that room is here.
oh, okay.
There's a door back here. And then there's a door up here. And then this is a bench. And this is a bench.
Okay. All right. Then me and my elemental are gonna kind of move up to here, I guess. You know, it's gonna be 10, 15 feet in front of me. Do I see anything else here?
Let me look at your token. You see this window here, and you see this window here.
Okay. I opened the door and moved, so I don't really have much else I can do. I can't really do anything. So I'll move my elemental in there.
He moves up to this. I don't know where you're. There it is. Is that it?
It's right here.
The quick-witted, enterprising fire. How did it get so many names? It's like literally its name, quick-witted, enterprising fire. It like looks in there and just kind of like gives you a thumbs down or like shakes its head like no survivors. Nobody's in here.
Okay, that's all I can do.
Code on that or it.
All right, who's next?
I think it's top of the initiative order.
So yeah, top of the initiative order, fire. I'll link this save here real quick. So Gary failed. See Gary, Claw.
Then Gary again.
Gary again.
Yeah, I failed. Twice.
Oh, hold on.
I failed 3 times.
I see Gary failed and then rolled a hero point and failed. Then Claw, you succeeded.
I rolled 2 hero points.
Then I see Gary failed again. You can't use 2 hero points on one.
Oh, you can't? Well, I'm putting a hero point back then.
Yeah, put a hero point back and I'll delete that one. And then Oksana with 2 10s. And so yeah, code on. So.
Okay.
You'd scroll up probably a little bit. That fortitude save.
There it is. Uh-oh.
Ooga, ooga, ooga. Saving throw, please.
Reroll
Saving
using
throw,
a hero
please.
point. That's better. Thank you, hero point.
All right. So
It's
you're
Tommy
still
Ann.
only second. Gary.
No.
Yeah. Sorry, bud. You take 2 whole fire damage.
Also?
And
I clicked the undo button.
still second. What's that?
Nothing.
Yeah, so you take just a little bit of fire inhalation damage. So other than that, Gary, you are up.
What about Oksana? She failed as well. Does she take any? or no?
Oh, Oksana failed as well? Yes, you would
Yeah.
take 2 as well. I'll just
Good.
do the 1 damage roll. So you move up to the door, and then
And then I'll try to open it.
you do open it. You see in here
Yes, then.
coils of smoke waft in the air. This finely furnished room, padded chairs, side tables are set along the west wall. Thick burgundy carpet covers most of the floor. Oil paintings hang on the walls, and shelves contain statuettes, and other small art pieces. The smoke in this room so far is pretty pretty light.
Okay.
think if you
so I
step-
think just coming in here will make me feel better, be able to breathe again.
Yeah, it would. You wouldn't be in the making the saves and stuff in that room.
Okay. Token collide. I'll come up to this sword, and that's 3 actions. I move twice, open a door.
it's
I
just
don't
a
know if I
big-
can look at this.
I don't think it's a sword. It's a painting. It's like a room with statues and oil paintings and stuff. That's probably like a big oil painting on the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, along the west
Stop.
wall. So that was 3 actions. Move, open the door, and the move.
Painting. Oh, sorry. Can you explain the room real fast again? Paintings on the wall here.
Yeah, so the padded chairs, side tables set along the west wall, and a thick burgundy carpet covers most of the floor. Oil paintings hang on the walls, and shelves contain statuettes and other small art pieces. So it could be like a shelf with statues or something, or just a painting.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like a little statue with a bunch of little minifigures, painted really nice.
And fancy person's room.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how did you get? Which path did you take to get over here?
Went through the
It went through-
adjacent open. It's double door, and
It's a
he
double
opened the
door.
other door.
Okay. So,
So
I'm
you
gonna-
can probably just stepping in and then one up.
Let's save,
I'd say that'd be
saves you an action doing
I'd
that.
say that'd be kind of 1 action just going around there, or
Okay.
one movement square.
Okay, so I came in and
You see, this is kind of a nicely furnished room. The smoke in here is a lot less. I mean, it's gonna start filling up in a few minutes if the doors are left open, but there are 2 other.
problem solved.
Yeah, I mean, you probably want to leave it open for your friends there.
Get in here, people.
I would end your movement and take a second action to close the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
if you wanted to
I could
keep
move
moving,
up here and get the next door open. Yeah. So let me get up here and get the next door. We want to keep moving through this way, right? So
it'd be 1 movement. Alrighty.
Okay.
So in this room, you see a large room contains several padded chairs, comfortable looking pair of old couches, several side tables, and a finely crafted billiards table. And in this room, as you open the door, you do see 3 more figures. You could probably see 2 of them there. And
did they notice me or open the door, or they're busy?
do me a favor, target this one and then roll a stealth check to see if you opened it up quiet enough.
Off to cover the sound of the opening door.
Because they are facing the other way. It looks like actually
Oof. Nope, I was really loud.
So yeah, this one here spins around you and is kind of taken like, what? And then looks like they're not happy about that. Like they're probably gonna join in on the fun here. Kind of makes a command to the other ones to get him.
I am going to. Let's see. That was 1, 2. 1 to go there. 2. Was that a third action to open the door, or is that
one movement to get there? I would say another action to open the door.
So then I'm at 3, so I'm done.
So you'd have one action left.
Oh, then I'm gonna probably just hide. Kind of squishy. I don't want to be the front.
Gonna move. Alrighty.
I'll let my Tink take that. I will, as
Zaddy.
I'm walking by, it says, that way.
Righty Claw. Get 2 windows.
Yeah, I think that's good for smoke abatement on this side for now. I'm going to ignore this window. Give my pet an order to move, on which I am riding. 5, 10, 15.
Yeehaw!
15, 25, 30, 35. Pocket 40. Oh, shit.
And your wolf has 40 feet of movement, right?
Correct. So that was one move to get key. Have we... I heard the description of the previous room yet. Have we gotten a description of what's going on here yet?
Yeah, so he did a little bit. It's another large, like, looks like parlor room with like long, comfortable looking chairs, a billiards table in the middle of the room there that this guy's kind of was leaning on. You see, the one thing you see that Kodon didn't see is along that, laying down on that little couch, like duvet or whatever, on the back, kind of tied up, is someone who you recognize from the party, the girl, the really pale girl with the scythe.
Aethal the elf? Yeah, with the scythe.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. You said she's tied up, like she's been taken prisoner like the other people were?
Yeah, she doesn't seem to have been hurt or anything. She just is tied up right now.
Okay, and are these people approaching her like they're threatening her? Or
yeah, like this one has its knife out. Like looks like he was in the process of like maybe an interrogator or something.
Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna use my 2 actions. Just had it open. To cast Caustic Blast. Which is a 5-foot burst.
I imagine getting these 2 guys here. We don't have to.
Correct. So if they can both, please, I'll roll the damage anyway, because that's worst case. Oh, yeah. 6 damage on each of them.
So yeah, that other one got the guy in the back, like got it right in the face, and he's definitely like hurting on that. And that's the rest of your actions, right?
And then my wolf
he's got
has
one more.
Her remaining action. I will run up there and end my turn.
Righty, Xana. You are still down in the hallway. Do you see everybody's kind of ran out?
So I can see this guy. And so I am going to shoot needle darts at him.
What's the range on that?
Range on him?
Range is 60 on needle darts.
Yeah.
So he's 50. So I'm going
just to warn you, he might give him cover on that. we'll see, because you can't see the whole. Like if you select yours, like his, it's just like less than half of them showing through 2 doorways. It might, with the walls, it might apply cover.
Okay, well, let's give it a shot here. What I think it says with needle darts on that is then I lose.
Oh, before you go, real quick.
Oh, did one of the guys have a reactionary strike?
Yeah, so he's gonna try to.
The guy at the table.
Oh, I didn't target. Yeah, the guy by the pool table. As you run by him, he takes a swipe at you.
Oh.
And unfortunately, it was a good swipe.
It was indeed.
So okay, sorry, Oksana, you can continue now. You're gonna move, or are you gonna just try it?
I'm just going to try it.
Yeah, not 100% sure, but I think that if there's like too many walls, the other one you might try actually. If needle darts is really good, that's fine. But you have phase bolt. Phase bolt ignores cover, but it's only 30 feet.
Yeah, and so what I wanted to try to do is do this and then move, because then if I move and I'm more in the line of sight, I can't do anything after I put myself further into the line of fire. Yeah, I'm going to do this and see what happens.
So go ahead and roll attack. Oh, look at that.
Crit. So,
Cover.
So I don't see a crit. I see roll damage, right? And so
do that, and I'll just apply it double.
Cool. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to come up over to here then. And then, oh, that's why. I'm going to move over to here, kind of back over here, so they like behind this door. So on the inside, I don't know if it's. I think I've moved where I wanted to. So I haven't gone through the door. I'm still in the hallway to the left.
Now I'm going to give you a warning. You would know that being in that hallway, if you stay in there, you're going to have to make another save, possibly take damage, continue to take those effects of that smoke. So
yes, okay.
So if you want to get inside the door,
yeah. So I was here, right? And so
30 feet like, right there.
Yeah. So if I come here and then I move to the left, so I'll move to here, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll move then
one over
here. Yeah.
So that's your turn, Oksana?
Yep. I'm done.
So this guy is going to try to attack your wolf.
Sure. My wolf is armor class 16.
And
that does hit.
Hit it. It's the bigger target, so take 6 damage. And then it's going to throw a knife at this window and break it and run out and jump through the window. And then the other guy is going to pretty much do the same thing. Yeah, so you see these guys, when you guys killed that other guy, who obviously was like some sort of like leader boss. He was like in the back leaning against, kind of like giving them commands. When you killed him, they kind of looked at each other and was like, oh, fuck. And just panicked, busted the window out and jump out and run. I imagine we're going to end it. Are you guys going to worry about chasing them down? The people are running away?
I don't know.
I mean, next session, obviously, but yeah, we'll end it here and start up next session where you can find out what's going on.
Well, it was fun. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Joe.